Disclaimer. This stand-up comedy is only for comedy. Please don't take it seriously.
इसमें बोली किसी भी व्यक्ति, वस्तु या जगह को हम संज्ञा कहते हैं.
If any teacher feels bad, we apologize to you sincerely from the bottom of our hearts.
But if any student feels bad,
We are from 12th. We don't care.
Anyways, we are actually here for a very important reason, and that is to talk about why Teachers' Day is one of the most important days in a student's life.
It has got two reasons. Firstly and most importantly, we get to impersonate our favorite teachers without getting scolded. Hey, what are you doing, man? Hopeless, you are. Get up. Shut your mouth, man.
also we get to show off our t-shirts.
अब घर जाने के बाद होंगे पिक्चर्स अपलोड. हैशटैग सेलिब्रेटिंग टीचर्स डे, हैशटैग स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, हैशटैग स्टूडेंट टीचर, हैशटैग इंस्टाग्राम फीवर, हैशटैग.
Anyways, we are actually here for a very special reason.
We thought, why not take this opportunity to talk about those subjects which play kabaddi with us on parent-teachers meetings.
Let's start with this one wonderful subject.
So there is this wonderful subject, great people like Newton, Einstein, and most recently, Sallu Bhai. They have devoted their entire lives to this subject. बात की गंभीरता को समझिए मित्रों. Entire lives to this subject.
Yeah, so the other day I was preparing for JEE mains and I came across this very beautiful question.
A bear is wearing a cap. Wind blows at 10 meters per second and the cap falls down in 1 second. Find the color of the bear.
You heard that right. Find the color of the bear.
Yes, because it is impossible to find the color of a bear by looking at it.
It is like saying, Ramu has 4 apples, Deepak has 8. Find the mass of the sun.
Moving on to the next subject. This subject has played with many people's lives. So the other day, I was again preparing for JEE mains.
I have an advice for you, Harshith. You should write a book, it will become a bestseller. It should be called Harshith Cracks JEE Mains and Other Jokes Volume 1.
Anyways, the other day I was preparing for JEE mains and I came across this another wonderful and beautiful question.
Ramu walked 8 kilometers north. Then he took a left and walked 6 kilometers. Find the distance.
I answered, Ramu is either mad or has memory loss. He could have simply taken an Uber, or if there was a price search, an Ola. Why did he walk?
Rohit, why so much effort? He can simply do this. Baisa. Baisa. Bless you, Baisa.
Next year, we are about to talk about a wonderful subject in which we learn about a lot of people. A lot of people like Henry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sir, it ended with Henry VIII and his 13 wives.
There are no Henry 9 and 10.
There are no Henry 9 and 10.
Henry 1 to 8.
Okay, so we come across a lot of people. We learn about kings, queens, the children, their wives, their socks, their shoes, their innerwears, their outerwears, and a lot more.
All that is fine, but the problem starts when we see questions like these.
Who was the man who took the second step on the moon?
See, being a logical thinker I am, and being a genius, I answered Neil Armstrong.
If Neil Armstrong stepped first, of course he would have taken another step, right? Then why did I get it wrong in my paper?
Moving on, we are here to talk about a very wonderful subject by the name of journalism.
Sadly, as science students, we'll never get to study it.
Journalism is basically a subject that teaches us how to say the biggest lie in the most confident way.
Journalism is very important as it teaches you how to sensationalize things. So this is the headline in today's newspaper. I'm not naming it because they'll sue me. journalism again, but it teaches you how to sensationalize things. Today's headline: most famous Khan. Guess who?
Shah Rukh.
Salman.
Amir.
No, the great one and only Taimur Ali Khan. I'm really sorry. Most important Khan. Yeah, pasandidar खिलौना खोया, Taimur रोया. See, that's not the problem. The problem is कौन सा खिलौना खोया? India wants to know कौन सा खिलौना खोया? Which खिलौना?
For all those who don't know who Timer is, he's currently the biggest national fantasy.
I love journalism so much. I love journalism a lot. I love journalism so much that my favorite comedy show is called Frankly Speaking with Arnab.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they should just change the name to Frankie. Arnab is the only one speaking.
Bro, how can we forget the subject we are speaking in?
You mean English?
Yeah.
English is a wonderful language. No offense to anyone out there.
All that is fine, but then few words in English like rendezvous.
Bro, it's rendezvous.
Okay, how many of you know what's the only commonality between Shakespeare, Wordsworth, Oscar Wilde, and most importantly, Yo-Yo Honey Singer?
All of them write things which people like us will never understand.
In stupendous language at the outmost expression.
For all of those who don't know what stupendous is, it would be an exasperating farrago of distorted facts if we start explaining what that is.
There goes a saying.
If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how you fish, you feed him for his life.
But if you teach a man 5 subjects, give him a degree and teach him how to write about a fish, there is a possibility that he will become the next Shakespeare. And I'm reading out something to you which he will write. The meat of the prestigious Eastern Bay, seasoned with the spices of southern India, broiled in the essence of heaven, engineered by the chefs of the Mediterranean islands and rated by the masters of the language. Taste instead of simply writing fish fry.
Yeah, and we'll get reference to context from his work.
Sadly, that question is as good as
Deepak has 6 apples, Ramu has 9. Find the mass of the sun. Hard comedy! DJ Mud! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a lovely audience. That's all we have for you.
J Hard.
Now, we have an amazing group performing a reading fusion of pop music. This medley is dedicated to all our